Hi, this is Doug Huderberg bringing you another Feed140 user tutorial. Today we're going to talk about delivering great content quick and easy with Delicious. In today's tutorial we're going to go over first an overview of Delicious so you understand what Delicious is and how it relates to what we're going to be doing. We're going to talk about Delicious and your marketing strategy, so big picture, how it fits into your marketing strategy. We're going to talk about setting up your Delicious account. We're going to walk through the process of adding the Delicious bookmarklet to your browser. We're going to add a Delicious RSS feed to your Feed140 account. Then we're going to add content that you find online to Delicious and by that process adding it to Feed140, and then finally we're going to add content that other people find. Now you may be totally confused because maybe you've never even heard what Delicious is. Well, we're going to solve that problem right now. So Delicious is a social bookmarking site. Now you may use Delicious already, or maybe you've heard of Delicious or have an account but don't really use it, or maybe you don't even know what it is. But basically, a social bookmarking site is a place for you to save your bookmarks online. So instead of making them part of your browser, where you save bookmarks in your browser, it's a place to bookmark websites and save them online, so you always have access to them. It's also, though, social, which means you can share bookmarks with other people and you can see what other people are bookmarking. And that's the part that makes it really powerful for what we want to do. So if you've ever kind of open a Delicious account and let it die, or you don't really use your Delicious account, now you're going to see how powerful it can be when you turn it into a content machine for Twitter using Feed140. Another thing that's important about Delicious is that it's organized by tags. So those are words, keywords that you tag onto your bookmarks, so you attach them to your bookmarks, and it's a great way to organize your content very quickly and very easily and then find it later. Now folders were the old way. So back, Internet Explorer, when you wanted to bookmark a site, you would save it, and then pretty soon you had so many bookmarks you had to put them in folders, and then pretty soon you just gave up, because trying to bookmark something like, say you have a video about skiing that you want to bookmark, do you put it in the skiing folder or do you put it in video? Or do you put it in cool stuff? So it's much easier to be able to tag it with everything and then be able to find it. So you'll see a little bit of that, and as you use Delicious you'll see the power of that. So tags are very flexible and they're very easily organized. One great thing about Delicious is that it's crowdsourced web curation. Now what does that mean? That means that you can find bookmarks that other people have saved in large enough numbers so that you can see, okay, if 50, 60, 100 or a couple hundred people have saved this exact same bookmark, well, it's probably pretty good. So it saves you a lot of time, so because you don't have to just kind of wade through all the crap that's out there. You can go on the advice of these other anonymous or people that you follow, even on Delicious, to help you find content. So that gives a sense of what Delicious is about. Best thing is to jump in, start using it in a productive way, using the strategy, the tactics that we're going to talk about today. So how does Delicious fit into your marketing strategy? Well, first of all, it's a very efficient and productive way to save websites. So everybody that does online marketing comes across things that you want to save and refer back to later, maybe tools that you think would be useful but you don't need right now. Delicious is probably, at least for me, it's the most efficient way I've found of saving that kind of stuff, so you can come back and find it later. So there's an efficiency play here, which is what Delicious is made for. But what I want to talk about today, it's even more important, is easy tweeting. Being able to create good Twitter content with Delicious as your tool combined with Feed140. So that really comes down to two different types of tweets that you're going to generate, and it's all about sending links out in your Twitter feed. So this is sharing links with your comments, and you're either going to be sharing links for content that you find as you're surfing around the web, or content that other people find using some of the the searches that you can do at Delicious to find popular content. So step number one is set up your Delicious account. Go to delicious.com, that's DELICIOUS.com, and this is what the home page will look like. At least it's what it looks like today. And this is, by the way, a Yahoo site, so it's not going to go away. It's something that's part of the Yahoo family of websites. When you get there, just click on the green or the Join Now button, or the link at the top of the page. After you do that, you're going to see this sign in with your Yahoo account. Now, if you don't have a Yahoo account, you're going to have to create one. Chances are, if you've been on the web for any amount of time, you do have a Yahoo account, and it's it's just a central sign-on, and it allows you to access Yahoo websites without creating a whole new account. So do that. Create your account. through that process and go through the confirmation process, it's very straightforward. So I don't think you need any more guidance there. After you've created your account and logged in, the first thing I want you to do is to add the delicious bookmarklet to your browser. This is a little link that goes in your Bookmarks toolbar in your browser. So when you just click, when you're on a web page and you click that, it's going to pop up, it's going to load Delicious, it's going to allow you to save that link and then get right back to what you were doing. It's very efficient. So I want you to go to your page, your home page. After you log in, it's going to look like this. Scroll all the way to the bottom. In the footer, you see a link that says Tools. Click on that. After you click on that, you're going to see all of the tools that are available. You might want to explore this a little bit, but click on the one that says Bookmarklet Buttons for browsers. So click on that one. You're going to get to a page called Bookmarklets, and I want you to look for a link that says Bookmark on Delicious. Now you're not going to click on that. What you're going to do is click and drag. So put your mouse on that link, click, hold down the button, and drag it all the way up to your browser toolbar, and it shows an image of how to do that on the page. There's good instructions, so just follow the instructions, but drag it up to your Bookmarks toolbar within Firefox and let go, and that's it. Now you've installed it. It takes nothing more than just dragging it up there. Okay, so now you've got your account set up and you have the delicious bookmarklet added to your browser. The last thing we need to do from a setup standpoint is to take the RSS feed from your delicious account and put it into Feed140. That way anything you bookmark is going to go into Feed140 as a tweet, and it's a really efficient way to create content for your Twitter followers. So what I want you to do is look at the bottom again of kind of your main page. Go back to your main page. It says My Bookmarks, and then at the bottom you'll see this RSS feed for your bookmarks. So when you right click on that in Firefox, it's going to pop up this menu that says Copy Link Location. Now you've probably done this same thing 100 times. So what you want to do is just copy that link for that RSS feed and get that in your clipboard, and then you're going to go over to Feed140, log in, click on the Content tab. Okay, that's where most of the stuff happens, and then click on the RSS Feeds link. That's going to take you to a screen that looks like this. This is where your RSS feeds are. All you want to do now is give this a name. So my great name would be My Delicious Bookmarks, something like that. And then in the RSS URL field, click in there and do like Control V or right click and paste. You just want to paste that link into that field, and then click Add Feed. Now if you have any content in there, it'll get pulled in automatically, but don't worry about that. As long as it's there, once you go and start adding content, which is going to be our next step that I'm going to show you, all of that content will come through that RSS feed into your Feed140 queue. So now let's talk about adding content. First of all, we're going to talk about stuff that you find. Let's say you're just surfing the web and browsing around, you come across an article. Here's a Wall Street Journal article on Facebook that I found while I was doing this, Facebook and privacy. It's very interesting. My Twitter followers would definitely be interested in that. So I'm on the page. All I need to do is click on my bookmarklet. That's what it looks like. That's in my Bookmarks toolbar in Firefox. I click on that, and this is the page that pops up. It's already got pre-populated the URL for that WSJ article. It's got the title that comes from the article. That's editable, so I can edit that to whatever I want. That's going to show up in the tweet. And the notes. If I click in that field, whatever I type in that field is going to be in my tweet as long as I haven't gone over the 140 characters. So typically I will shorten this so that I'm not taking up a ton of the tweet with just the title. Then I'll type in some notes, and then I'll add some tags. And I've done that, so you can see what it looks like here. I zoomed in a little bit so you can see there's the page. Here's the shortened title: Facebook in online privacy breach. WSJ reports FB applications involves an excessive info sharing. I typed that very quickly. Then I added these tags: Facebook, online privacy, social media applications, WSJ. You can put whatever you want in there, and Delicious will organize those. I recommend definitely using that, getting used to adding good tags so that you can find stuff. And there's also some other tricky things you can do down the road with your tags to even get a little more focus with this content you're sharing. So then you click Save, and that's going to take you right back to the Wall Street Journal article that you were just on. So it's really quick. It takes you away to Delicious. As soon as you save, it takes you right back where you left off, and you're gone. You have now loaded a tweet into your Feed140 queue for that article. So here's another angle, which is adding content that other people find. there's this really cool feature within Delicious called popular content. So if you go to Delicious, up near the top you're going to see this thing that says see more bookmarks in popular, recent, or look up a URL, or you can do searches by tag. There's all kinds of stuff you can do, but I usually just click on popular, and that's going to take you to a page that lists all the kind of current and fresh and popular. Right now this just says view all fresh only. You're not going to be able to see that, but this is just fresh and popular. You'll have to play around with this. You can also go by tags. You can click on popular tags. You can type in tags. Like here, you can type in a tag there and have it just give you the popular stuff for that tag, so within your own niche. But how this works is when you're on the popular page, you can kind of scan through. Be careful not to get sucked in, because there's a lot of interesting stuff. But if you're quick about it and not get sucked in too much, you can find stuff that's great to share and it's very quick to share. So here's one: how to say no to others, the only guide you'll ever need. Now that's general information, but I think it's very helpful for entrepreneurs. I did take a look at the article. I didn't read the whole thing. I scanned it, but definitely high quality, and also 44 people have bookmarked it recently, so I know that it's at least decent. So I already know I'm not going to be wasting my time by looking at it. So when I click the button here that says save right next to the title, what you're going to see is that it's going to open up underneath and it's going to say save bookmark right on that page and give you the title and the notes and the tags. So you can just go ahead and fill in your notes, fill in your tags. Now I also want to tell you that there are all kinds of RSS feeds you can get out of Delicious. Now that'll get us bogged down a little bit. This is mainly a tutorial to get you started using it, but you can explore deeper. One thing I would suggest doing is looking at the RSS feeds for specific tags. Here's how I use it. I use Delicious for my main D. Huderberg Twitter account. That's where a lot of the content comes from that I share. A lot of it gets retweeted. People really like it because it's good quality content and it's relevant. But I also like to share things about Twitter that I find. I like to share that in my Feed140 account. So what I can do is I can go into Delicious and there's an RSS feed for my tag called Twitter. So when I tag something Twitter, it goes specifically to this RSS feed for that tag. So I have that feed tied to my Feed140 profile, my Feed140 Twitter profile account within Feed140. So it's a little confusing, but that's where the content comes from for the Feed140 Twitter account. So if I bookmark something and I tag it, I can tag it whatever I want, but if it includes Twitter, it's going to go both to my D. Huderberg account and to my Feed140 Twitter account. The other thing I'll tell you is the only unfortunate thing is that Delicious tends to be very tech-oriented, very web developer-oriented stuff. So in many cases, you're not going to find the best content that you want to find if you're in sort of a general consumer market or something else. Unfortunately, I'd like to see Delicious be a lot more popular because it's such a great tool. But other than that, I think you're really going to find it very useful. I suggest, if you've kind of watched this thing end to end, I suggest restarting and pausing at each step and doing it, because everything that I listed there will take you all the way through the process of making this work. So good luck, and I will see you in the next Feed140 user tutorial. Thank you.